Chapter 8. Drugged. It was 10 o'clock Saturday morning, 3 days after Bertie made his second plunge in the stock market, and the boy was standing by the ticker eagerly waiting for the first quotations from the exchange, for there had been something doing in CH&D the afternoon before, and the stock had gone up to 65, when Mr. Morse's bell rang for his messenger to present himself in the private office. Bertie hastened to answer the call. "Take this note to Mr. Green," said the banker, pushing the envelope toward the boy. As Bertie left the office, Mr. Morse's desk phone rang. "Well?" he asked, putting the receiver to his ear. "Is this Mr. Morse, banker and broker?" inquired a distant voice. "Yes, I am Mr. Morse. This is Sailor's Hotel, Jersey City, and I am William Morton of Tonopah, Nevada. I have 10 $500 government coupon 4s of 1907 that I wish to dispose of in a hurry, as I require the money immediately to close the deal in Newark about noon. The market value of the bonds, according to the paper this morning, is $5,250. What commission do you charge for making the sale?" Mr. Morse told him. "Well, can you send the money over right away to this hotel by a trustworthy messenger, with authority to receive the bonds from me?" "I should prefer to have you call here with your bonds," replied Mr. Morse. "I should be happy to do so, but my arrangements will not admit of it. I am not accustomed to transact business in the way you suggest, Mr. Morton. If you will talk to Mr. Bailey, the manager of this hotel, I think he will be able to satisfy you as to my responsibility." "Very well. Ask Mr. Bailey to come to the phone." Presently there came a hail in a different voice. "Is this Mr. Bailey?" asked the banker. "Yes." "I am Mr. Morse of 34 Wall Street. Who is this Mr. Morton who has called me up in your wire?" "He is a mining promoter from the Nevada gold fields, and a guest at this house. His respectability seems to be unquestionable. He has signed letters from the governor of Nevada, from Senator Fry of the state, and from a number of prominent business men of the West, including Mayor Jones of Denver. I have a package of his securities in the office safe, and I have seen the bonds he wants to dispose of." "In your opinion, then, Mr. William Morton is a safe man to do business with?" "I see no reason for doubting his responsibility. Will you hold the wire just a minute?" There was a short pause. Then Mr. Bailey spoke again. "Mr. Morton has authorized me to hold his package of securities now in the hotel safe until this bond sale shall have been completed to your satisfaction." "Do you know what those securities consist of?" "Yes, there are 200 shares of Tonopah Mining Company, which Mr. Morton values at $13 a share, and 1,000 of Tonopah Extension, worth, he says, $6 per share. You will know better than I whether those figures represent the real value of that stock." Mr. Morse was thoroughly familiar with the current price of Tonopah stocks, and he knew that Mr. Morton's statement was correct. "Thank you, Mr. Bailey. That is all." And the banker hung up his receiver. He decided that Mr. Morton was all right. Then he rang for Bertie, who had just returned. "Ask Mr. Williams to give you $5,250 in large bills." "Yes, sir." In a few minutes Bertie brought the money to Mr. Morse. The banker counted it carefully, and then asked Bertie to count it. "You are satisfied the amount corresponds with that slip?" said his employer. "Yes, sir," replied the boy promptly. "Very well." And he placed the money in a stout oblong envelope and sealed it with wax in 3 places. Then he addressed it to Mr. William Morton, care of Sailor's Hotel, Jersey City, New Jersey. "Now, Bertie," said the banker, "you will take this package of money over to Sailor's Hotel right away. Ask for Mr. Bailey, the manager, and tell him you have come for me with the money to purchase the 10 government coupon 4s of 1907 that Mr. William Morton has to sell. Have him introduce you personally to this gentleman from the West, so that there can be no mistake about your reaching the right man. When the bonds are handed to you, examine them carefully, see that you receive 10, and that each is a $500 coupon, 4% of 1907. As soon as you are satisfied they are right, hand Mr. Morton the package of money, and after he counts it, get him to sign that receipt. Do you understand everything now?" "Yes, sir." Bertie left the bank without delay, and made his way to the Cortlandt Street ferry. Crossing the river, he reached Sailor's Hotel at about 11 o'clock. "I should like to see Mr. Bailey," he asked the clerk at the desk. "He is very busy just now. If you will tell me your business, I will tell him you wish to see him. I'm from Mr. Howard Morse, banker and broker of No. 34 Wall Street." The manager came in a moment. "You wish to see Mr. William Morton, of course?" "Yes, sir." "Here, front. Show this young man up to 32. A uniformed boy sprang from a chair near by and came forward. "Wait a moment," said Bertie in his businesslike way. "Mr. Morse told me to ask you to personally introduce me to Mr. Morton, so there could be no possibility of a doubt as to the gentleman's identity." "Very well," replied the manager. "Come with me." They took the elevator to the 3rd floor. Mr. Bailey piloted the way to room 32 and knocked on the door. "Come in," said a voice from inside, and Mr. Bailey and Bertie entered the room, which was a large one, and faced upon Montgomery Street. A tall, well-formed man with long white hair and a heavy white mustache was standing near one of the windows. He put Bertie in mind of a character of the Silver King the boy had lately seen in one of the Brooklyn combination theaters. He appeared to have the stamp of the boundless West in every feature, from the crown of his head to the toe of his well-polished shoes. Bertie was visibly impressed by the man's personality. "This is William Morton, young man. Mr. Morton, this is a messenger from Mr. Morse, of Wall Street, with reference, I dare say, to those bonds you want to sell." "Ah, I've been expecting someone from Mr. Morse," said the man from the West, coming forward. "Have you brought the money?" "Yes, sir." A glow of satisfaction shone in Mr. Morton's eyes. "Your employer reposes a good deal of confidence in you, young man," he said with a peculiar smile. "I hardly expected he would send so young a messenger. Well, we will proceed to business, as my time is valuable. Mr. Bailey, will you send up the envelope containing those bonds which is in your safe?" "Certainly," replied the manager, who then left the room. "Of course you'll want to examine the bonds to see they are all right," remarked Mr. Morton suavely. "Yes, sir, that is business," answered Bertie politely. "Very well, sit up to that table," and the Western man pointed to a chair, which seemed to have been drawn up there for the boy's accommodation. Bertie sat down as directed, placing his hat on the table. In a few minutes a hall boy appeared with a carefully done-up packet, which he handed to the occupant of the room. Mr. Morton tossed the package down before Bertie. "Those are the bonds. See that they are all right." Mr. Morse's messenger removed the string in the wrapper and found 10 government $500 coupon 4s of 1907. While he was thus engaged, the white-haired man slipped over to the door and softly turned the key in the lock. "All right, sir," said Bertie, satisfied the bonds were correct in every way. "Here's your money," and he produced the packet containing the bills from his pocket. "Count it, please. The amount represents the current market value of the bonds, less Mr. Morse's charges. Then sign that receipt." "Will you do the favor of counting the money for me?" asked Mr. Morton. "Certainly, if you wish me to," replied Bertie politely, though somewhat surprised. "Do so." Bertie broke the seals, took out the bills, and began to count them. Mr. Morton turned his back to him for a moment, and appeared to be fumbling in his pocket. Then he took a handkerchief from his pocket, and pungent odor rose in the air. Suddenly he turned, pulled Bertie's head back, and covered his face with the drug-laden bit of linen. The boy, though taken by surprise, seemed to realize on the instant that things had taken a serious turn, and he struggled desperately to get free. But he was like an infant in the grasp of the powerful Westerner who had taken him at such a disadvantage. A sarcastic smile wreathed the white-haired man's lips as he watched the young man kick and writhe in his arms. The peculiar sickening odor of the handkerchief penetrated Bertie's nostrils and choked him. He gasped for breath, and with every gasp he felt his senses growing more and more benumbed. "Great heaven!" he thought, "I'm being drugged!" And so he was. "Good night, young man," sibilated a voice in his ear, which seemed to come from afar off. "Good night, and pleasant dreams." Then he felt as if he was rising up to the clouds. Now he was in a great poppy field, and the air was saturated with their odor. A great light shone all about him. Strange, dreamy music seemed to fill the air. It lulled him to repose. The light faded, the music died away, and then came a blank. At that moment there was a knock at the door. End of chapter 8.